Yeah, come in.
Harry, do you have a moment?
Oh, hi Teddy. Yeah, of course. Thanks. Unless this is not another ambush about one of your squad proposals, is it?
No, I would never. Not 3 times in a row. I'm not even wearing my squad badge today, see? Relax. You're fine for now.
Right. Nice work on those, by the way. Hermione's very proud. Though she wouldn't tell you since she's working.
Is she really?
Don't tell her I said that.
Fine. Your secret's safe with me. But thanks. They were designed by this kid in Ravenclaw named Ed. Black hair, kinda looks like a vampire, but you know, vegan.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they're very nice. Though I'm not supposed to say that either, I think.
You think?
Yeah, I'm not really good with all the bureaucracy surrounding teaching. That's never really been my thing.
Yeah, no, I think starting secret resistance groups and going against the ministry is more one of your things.
That's not what this is about, is it? I'm not giving you any more advice on accident.
On accident?
Accidentally on purpose? Do I have to prepare for any more owls from Andromeda anytime soon? Or talks with Haywood?
No, I don't think so. I haven't really had the time to get into trouble lately. Studying for my newts takes up more or less all my time.
Well, it should. The newts are very important. Then you know that you won't be able to keep your O's and E's if you keep ending up in detention.
I don't end up in detention, I give myself detention, and I'm fine. That's not what I wanted to talk about.
What is it then? I can tell that you're not breaking any school regulations with your uniform today. You're almost looking like pre-squad, Teddy.
I'm not wearing a skirt or the head girl badge to break rules and fit into squad. We created squad because rules have been broken from, when people are just being, you know what, never mind, that's not why I'm here. I was wondering if we could talk about my dad.
Sure. Does this have anything to do with us cleaning out Grimmauld Place?
Kind of.
Oh, right. I'm glad we found that.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's important that we have proof that the people we've lost used to be just as alive as we are now. Hagrid gave me an album almost just like that of my parents when I was 11.
Yeah, right. So, in that album, did you ever see something that you, I don't know, weren't expecting?
Like what?
I don't know. Stuff.
Are you okay, Teddy? Everything alright?
I've been thinking a lot about my dad.
Understandable.
Yeah, and I know that he and my mom didn't get together until, those very few years left of the war. And I've been wondering whether or not he was all alone before that, or if he had someone who cared about him.
No, of course he wasn't alone, Teddy.
No?
No, Remus had loads of people who cared about him. Everyone in the order, for starters.
That's not what I mean. If he had someone who, someone who he could trust. And who, looked after him.
Well, he and Sirius were very close. They used to be best friends in school,
And what about after school then?
What after Sirius escaped Azkaban?
Sure.
They lived together for a while. They did. Before the Order moved into Grimmauld Place. I suppose they managed to piece together their friendship then. Because after that they were pretty much inseparable. They even actually, they gave me a Christmas present together at one point.
They did?
Yeah. What was it called again? Defensive Magic and its Uses Against Dark Arts. I think it was a book. I just started Dumbledore's army, and well, they had to be pretty sneaky about it because otherwise Molly would catch on, and she didn't really approve of our little resistance group.
Harry, have you ever wondered if there was anything more between my dad and Sirius?
Huh?
Like you said, they gave Christmas presents together, and they lived together before the Order moved in, and like they share clothes even after school, and that's like stuff couples do.
Huh.
And I was just wondering whether or not that my mom was just, someone who had to pick up the pieces after my dad's true love had died.
What? No, Teddy. No. That's not it.
No?
No. Of course not. Remus loved tongs. That was obvious to everybody. I mean, you should have seen him when he thought that he'd put her in danger. He was really distraught, and how do I... He thought that he wasn't good enough for her.
Well, that doesn't sound too healthy.
He had a lot of baggage, and well, your mom was very stubborn, and she wouldn't let him wallow in his own pain. I think that was actually very healthy for him.
Right.
What's really bothering you, Teddy?
I don't know. I just want to know the truth.
I suspect we'll never know all the details, since we can't ask them.
Yeah, no, I know.
We'll just have to learn to be happy with the glimpses of our parents' lives that we can get.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to put those glimpses together, but they don't exactly add up. Some of them show my dad and Sirius together, but then I exist. And you said it yourself, my dad loved my mom.
Teddy, are you perhaps wondering whether your father could have been bisexual?
You know what that means?
Come on. You know that I grew up with muggles. And the muggle world is not quite as conservative as the wizarding world.
And what about you then, Harry? Do you agree with the muggles on this, or the wizards?
Let's just say that the Dursleys were very loud about what they thought was abnormal and what they saw as wrong. And that was anything and everything that was different from them. That of course included gay people and people like that. And well, I for my part decided very early on that anything the Dursleys thought was not okay, I was going to think was completely fine. So I think that, people love who they love, and they are who they are, and as long as nobody's getting hurt, then what does it matter?
So what, you would have been completely fine with it if my dad, or Sirius for that matter, would have told you they were in love?
Of course. I would have been supporting them wholeheartedly. Just like I hoped that they would if I told them something like...
What? Why? What do you mean?
Well, I mean... if I were to fall in love with someone unexpected, for example, like a man, for example, hypothetically, of course,
Right. So if I were then, hypothetically, to know some people here at Hogwarts who are like that, would you then support me trying my best to give them a voice and to show that they do have a place here in the Wizarding Society? Hypothetically.
I know S.Q.U.A.D wasn't just about uniforms and bathrooms. You are trying to start a revolution, aren't you?
Something like that.
Well, you are your parents' son, that's for sure.
Well, I'm also the grandson of Andromeda Tonks, who left her pureblood name behind for love. And I'm also the godson of Harry Potter, the boy who lived, the youngest seeker in a century, defender of house elves, the golden boy from Gryffindor, Triwizard champion, defeater of the Dark Lord, the chosen one. And let's not forget, voted, what was it? Most likely to be a bachelor forever by the students' not so secret Valentine's Ball.
We can't forget about that one now, can we?
Well, we definitely cannot.